Hi Megan, I'm sorry I took so long to reply. I had a really an excuse of some sort, but I can't remember it, so it was probably not a good one. Um, I just didn't do it. I've been a really bad procrastinator lately. I'm having that senior thing where you get accepted into college and you're like in high school and you're like, "Oh, I don't have to do any of this. I've been accepted into college, blah blah blah." Like I don't see like it's so bad, but I just don't see the point anymore. I'm like, do my homework so I can get into a good college. Already did! And like, stay in class so I don't get detention. And if I get detention, what? I won't get accepted into college? Well, I already did! And it's really bad. I know I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna fail high school under any circumstances just because I've never ever failed a class. I've done poorly in classes before, but I've never failed one, and I don't foresee myself starting now because I am doing my work. I just don't care that much about it. And that's transferring over into other things. Like I have this thing coming up. It's called a jury where they kind of it's kind of how your art teachers measure how far you've come in your, performance area, like since the last jury, which was a year ago. And oh my god, I'm doing it this Thursday, and I'm not even memorized yet. And the worst thing is I'm doing an honors jury, which means I have a panel of three like working actors and casting people out in the world coming in to critique me. It's highly suggested that seniors do that. And one of them is from the Children's Theater Company, and I don't know if you know this, but the people from the Children's Theater are like notorious for being really, really mean. Like a couple of them came to our school a few years ago and they made someone cry. And like they're all like, I don't want to say they're all like that, but from what I hear, most of them are like that. And so I should really like get my stuff together, but I'm just putting it off so much because I just don't want to do it. I just want to go on Tumblr. By the way, I turned my Tumblr into a literary Tumblr, so if you feel like checking that out, you might enjoy it. I don't know. It focuses on feminism in literature and English literature, like England English literature. So anyway, focusing. I'm procrastinating a lot, and that's why I put off the video. Habit, I guess. Okay, question answer time. You asked me about trashy TV shows. Well, okay, this is kind of embarrassing. Over the summer, I was at a hotel room, because I think it was one of Freya's anime things that we have to go with too, so she's not alone in the hotel. Like, she'll stay in a room with her friends, but we'll get a different room and stay there so she doesn't have to be alone, just in case something bad happens. I don't know. And I didn't have any Wi-Fi, and somehow I think I'd finished my book too, so I got sucked into a marathon of The Hills. The Hills. I don't know why. I watched like maybe 10 episodes. I spent all day watching it, and I felt so weird afterwards, but I couldn't stop watching it. And then me and my mom got in this big fight over like whose side we were on, Heidi's or Lauren's, and whether like I don't know, something about Spencer being a huge douche, and I'm just like, what are we talking about, man? So that was my last experience with trashy television. It's usually MTV stuff. I can see the appeal in Jackass because that's kind of entertaining if you like stupid acts of violence, which I do. I mean, I don't know why. I really like fight scenes in movies, and those are the two, dancing scenes and fight scenes. Like, if I sense a dance coming up, I'm like, ooh, dancing scene, like in Dirty Dancing. If I sense a fight scene coming up, I'm like, ooh, fight scene. And it's, yeah. Okay. So, that's my trashy TV shows. I feel like books should be mentioned here too, though, because I have a few, like, really trashy, like, teen girl novels that I'll read at, like, the beach or something, and that's, like, I mean, not to sound snobby, I think all TV, to an extent, is kind of trashy. That's kind of what I do, like, on the weekends when I have nothing better to do. I just sit and watch it. You know, like, I could be doing something better with my time, but I'm doing the laziest thing possible. So, the trashy books that I like are, one, the Princess Diaries series, which I openly enjoy because they may not be, like, high literature, but they're funny. I read the first 4 or 5 Gossip Girl books over a span of, like, 2 days. I don't know what it was. I was 14, I should say, in my defense, but, like, they're just really quite entertaining. I've read in middle school. I read most of the Click series, and then I got partway through the first Pretty Little Liars book when I was at the beach one day. So these are my guilty pleasures. And then let's not even get into music. I have a lot of really dorky music that I don't want anyone to know that I like. I'll say one. Kenny Rogers gives me like a strange like sense of happy and calmness, and it's so dumb, and I don't want anyone to know this. My biggest musical secret though will die with me and my friend Nathan, who shares the same musical like interest, but nobody else gets to know my biggest musical like guilty pleasure person thing deal. Anyway, on to my question for you. This is on a more serious note, so prepare yourself for, you know, the sad. I'm reading The Book Thief like you told me to, and it's slow going because it's really like saddening me a lot. I think everyone has that one like awful historical event that just really eats away at them, like just really strikes them as like, whoa. I mean, you can hear about bad things happening, you're like, oh, that's horrible, but then there's at least one. I feel like for most people it's just one big event, but for a few it's like a couple, and it's just like, oh, it's just like, it's just so awful to you. And mine is the Holocaust. Like, I have recurring nightmares about it and stuff, and it just really upsets me. And I'm gonna finish reading The Book Thief because I like how it's written and stuff, but this is why it's taking so long. For my friend Callie, it's the Rwandan genocide. Like, that just horrifies her more than any other event. So I want to know, is there a historical event like that for you that just more so than any of the others, you're just like, oh my god, that's the worst thing ever at all, and it just like plagues you? Is there something like that for you? So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go read. Bye!